Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to the blindness of eternity. When last we left off, we had just killed off an ogre that claimed that all it wanted was to be left alone, but killed anyone that found it, which is not highly indicative of being a very useful thing. So, we ended up killing it, and good riddance. So, let's see, what else have we done? We fought a boatload of spiders and beetles and other random nonsense creatures around. I just realized that I didn't actually go back here to see if there's anything secret. I think there is. So we can level up our characters now.
Yeah.
That'll be very nice. So Aldrea can level up to whatever level she can level to. I think I have to click on the arrow here. And I'm going to increase her mechanics because her mechanics is important. So Armored Grace drops the speed penalty for armor. I already have weapon specialization. Let's clear out too. This knocks a lot of enemies prone. It's kind of cool. Into the Fray allows her to pull an enemy into immediate melee range. Critical defense. We don't want this. Unbending. Don't want that. So we can get any of these fighter abilities now. So the key is that we already have a lot of the good ones. I don't know that clear out is something that I necessarily need. It's an AoE prone, which is, you know, obviously nice, but I'm not sure about that. And this one is kind of interesting. It allows me to reposition enemies, so that's kind of cool. But at the same time, I don't really want the enemies attacking her without having her have any ability to, you know, defend herself. So I think what I'm going to go with, because I've already gotten the weapon specialization, I think I'm going to go with Armored Grace first, because this reduces the armor speed penalty and she's wearing heavy armor. But I could also go with this. This would eventually allow me to have plus 15 deflection and plus 10 to all other defenses, which would give her the ability to swap over to just super tank mode and just swap between the two. But I think for now I'm going to stick to Armored Grace and get all of the DPS talents first. Just specialize. Because it's going to take multiple talent points before that defense mode is worthwhile for me. So as for him, we can go ahead and just increase his athletics. And we can get a new spell here. So increases the deflection of allies by 10. There's a hazard field. That's actually a lot of damage. Ooh, bestows a burning effect on all ally weapons. That's kind of cool. Oh, this is just a normal phrase. This is something that he just sings on his own, I think. This isn't, I don't think that that's a talent. I think that's just something he sings.
On your word.
Let's take a look at this. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's just going to be amazing. So we can now have a chant that has, let's see, what does Frightened do? Resolve in dexterity or reduce in accuracy or reduce. So, oops. This lasts for 8 seconds. I think that I'm going to go with this, and then follow it up immediately with this again. Now the advantage of this, and it actually occurs to me. I didn't notice this before, but basically the higher level chants have longer durations, which is fine, except there's one problem with the longer duration. The one problem with it is because the duration is longer, it means it's going to take longer to build up toward your other stuff. I'd say that swapping between these two is probably the most efficient because there's almost 100% overlap between these two effects. Well, between the deflection effect and the fear effect. So let's go with this. That will give him him being a dare, a substantial increase to durability whenever that chant is up. And we can start putting points in stealth, I guess. That's stealth survival. For him, what does he have? He has into the fray. And for him, this clear out would be really good. The problem is that his accuracy is terrible. So this increases damage done, but we don't need that. What we really need is aim. So I'm thinking that it's probably in my best interests. Discipline Barrage is only 10 of that, so I think I'm going to go with Clear Out first, and then I'll go with Discipline Barrage after that. So he will now have the ability to do an AoE knockdown. It's going to miss on most targets probably, but it is AoE, so he's more likely to hit at least something. For her, we can go ahead and increase our athletics because why not? And now we have a new paladin ability. So what does this do? Friendly AoE, +7 to all defenses. So inspires all enemies in the vicinity when the paladin downs an enemy. So hostile effects are suspended for 23 seconds. Interesting. So Zealous Charge. It's been increasing their movement speed and disengagement defense. Can't be activated with Zealous Auras. I already have a Zealous Aura that's really good. I don't remember what it does, but I think it gives me accuracy. So that's something that I want to keep. This is really cool, but I'm not sure that I'm going to want it now. So this improves a single ally's deflection by 15. Interesting. I think this reinforcing exhortation is amazing. This is 2 per encounter. 23 seconds plus 15 deflection. That is crazy. I can slap that on both frontline fighters if I want, or I can slap it on Adair twice. So Adair is going to be looking at just ludicrous durability, and Aldrea will hopefully be able to have decent defenses with that. Doesn't look like she will. Actually, she could. If she stacks Vigorous Defense and that, then she'll be looking at +35, and then she's almost as high as he is by default. Jesus, his defenses are crazy. So I need to give her a weapon to go along with her other thing, so let's go with this fine battle axe. So let's see. Interesting. So I seem to be able to put damaging on this and fine. So let's do this. This is her. Well, actually, let's do it with the shocking lash weapon because that's more appropriate. This thing is already fine. Why is the enchanting environment not meant for this one? I'm not really sure. I don't really understand how this stuff works. So this has accurate 2. I'm going to go ahead and give it damaging 2. And then I'm going to give it fine, because why not? Okay, that's painful. I just completely wasted all those materials, because this is not adding effects to that axe. This is actually replacing the old effects. Let's take a look. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to reload. Because, ouch. And so now we know. We can replace the current effects on those things, but they are a replacement. They are not going to be able to be stacked.
No problem.
You can't have a accurate 2 and, all the other stuff. So let's check this one. This one already has equality, already has a secondary damage, and already has slaying. We'll go ahead and equip this. Let's take a look at this. This does not have a secondary quality or a slaying, but I don't really see the need to put those onto it, to be honest. Oh, and I didn't actually level her up because I'm a crazy person. So let's level her up. She has 10 survival, which is pretty good. It's a good person athletics. Swift aim. This is for... Okay, so that'll increase her damage against... I think that we need to use this. This does 50% increased damage against targets inflicting the damage over time effect. She can inflict damage over time effect, so that'll just basically give her a 50% damage boost. The other effects are mostly for ranged weapons, which are weapons that she's just not going to use. This is big, by the way. Like, it's such a huge difference compared to, like... Oh, Skull Key! Interesting! But yeah, compared to, like, Baldur's Gate, where a bard would just have to stand there singing and doing nothing else. Notice blood-stained and torn, and the edges are smudged with some kind of pigment. From the scraps that are legible, you can make out hastily written instructions. To avoid the entrance in the tower, traffic through my shop would attract attention. Deerford may be sympathetic to our goals, but they wouldn't approve of a temple yet. Key to the entrance by the river, east of town, but be careful of the road reports of blah these days. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a skull key, an initiate's cloak, and cultist robes. So, now we know why that guy wanted us to kill the beastie there, the troll, the ogre. It's just because he did have an ulterior motive, right? His ulterior motive was that he wanted us to do other business. But he wanted us to kill the ogre because the ogre was killing the cultists that were coming and going around this area.
I'm on the trail.
Eat mark activates predator sense. Let's save this. That is a pair of dead worms. So there's another worm over here that's actually alive. Let's send him the pup and see what's over here. I don't know how many worms there's going to be. So let's pop over here. We're using chant 1. That is a lot of worms. And we'll just have to see whether... Wow, that thing has to get really close in order to aggro. Wow, okay, so each spot's down. Okay, so let's just charge it.
To me.
So I don't know what knocked that thing all the way over there, but something did. Okay, so let's see. Let's go with this again. So he is not attacking that thing even though he should be. Okay. And these things are actually attacking reflex, not deflections. The whatchamacallit spell that the paladin has wouldn't have helped there.
Keeping an eye out.
So we took a little bit of damage, but not very much. I could set this right. Okay. For a second I thought I might have forgotten to set my stuff. So we've got 5 worms dead. We have 2 more worms dead over here. Now the question is Mommy here? There's a lot of dead worms. Okay, that's interesting. We're gonna save this. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm actually gonna send the dog in to talk to them, because I can. Oh.
Sure.
Okay. So... Oh, crap. So, man turns to face you, wiping blood from his S-stock. His knit brow betrays a moment of confusion, but as he watches you, a slow, confident smile creeps over his face. The Iron Brand does not meet many travelers this far on the road. What would they be doing out here? Probably after that dragon egg, same as us, boss. It's a rhetorical question, you dimwit. Everyone knows the roads between the villages are crawling with brigands. They're obviously bandits, same as us. Gonna go with number 1. So, of course, if I wanted to eat it, I would have grabbed some pigs from the farm in Deerford, too. Gonna go with number 3. They're round and large, and they come from dragons and drakes. What else is there to know? Go with number 1. Okay, these guys have just admitted that they're bandits, which means that we should just charge them. So, let's send him in forward. And we're going to pull the rest of the team back. Okay, so... we have just set up the tank pattern. Let's have Pup come in and knock this guy over if possible. And we're going to try and knock these guys over. As for her, she needs to cast this on Adair. We want Adair to just be invincible for right now. We don't have to cast that already, but... he is just going to swap over to chant 3. Because moving around fast isn't what we're looking for right now. So let's take a look. We're on chant 3. Is it active yet? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's take a look at what his defenses look like. 146 deflection right now. That is a lot of deflection. So this guy is gonna have to be knocked on his butt. And I'm actually going to pull her away because I'd like to start on this other spellcaster. Adair should be roughly invulnerable for this time period.
Indeed.
So we can just... Wow, this is actually really a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Life is a lot easier when the enemies are physically incapable of harming your tank. I'm actually kind of curious, so let's take a look. His defensive bonuses are actually down now. So right now, here's Blitza. Blitza has a minus 65 to hit, and he doesn't even have all his buffs up anymore. That's really scary. He's gonna be completely invincible. Minus 65 chance to hit means that there's like a 1 in 5 chance of getting a glancing blow. And that's it. You can't get a proper hit at all, and that's just really cool. So, Milk Coif, Stag Helm. Athletics +2 and Dexterity +1. That's going to be useful. Let's grab that. Fine Scale Armor. Don't need it. Fine Robe. Don't need it. Fine Padded Armor. Don't need it. So, don't need that. So there we go. Problem solved. So let's take a look at our journal, because our journal was updated. Candina, the alchemist in Deerford, has been having trouble getting supplies. Okay, so I completely forgot that we were even here for this Drake Egg. So, cool. Let's just scale the cliff. Let's go ourselves. Slowly ascend the cliff, taking advantage of the crevices and spurs in the rock, and reach the nest. I guess we'll secure it with a rope and lower it. Tie a rope around the egg. Lower the egg with slow, steady motions. Once the prizes reach the bottom and settle into the dirt, you safely climb down the cliff. I don't know what kind of athletics you'd need to be able to carry that egg down just on its own, but that would be pretty impressive. So, we saved this.
Sure.
We have the egg on the ground now, and we have some more of these beasties over here. Oh, I thought this was per encounter. Oh, wow, so I shouldn't have bothered getting that. That's actually really incredibly unuseful. Whoops. Oh well. If you're going to make huge mistakes on that kind of stuff, you always want to make it on party members and not on your main character.
To me. Good times.
So I'm going to send these 3 over here. The rest of them over here. I'm actually going to have her just
My mind feels.
same thing over here. Never mind. Oh, never mind, I did it.
Shed no blood.
Never mind, that's never mind.
Sharp as steel.
So these things just keep attacking Adair because he's the target that they focused on initially, and they have ranged attacks. So, easy peasy, kill all the worms, and we get some Barath spell.
I'm on the trail.
So we can now head to the east, which doesn't take us anywhere new. Is that all there is here? That's looking like a yes. I think that we're done here. We can now go, I guess, down here. Oh, hello, there is a little bit more.
Yeah?
Let's go ahead and just pop over here. Crap. Turn around. Come on, buddy. Okay. So this thing should be all about deflection.
Got it.
So let's just get a bear in there. Make sure that he's tanking it. And okay, so he's going to be sitting on roughly 1,000,000 defense right now. I'm just going to check. Yeah, 146 is quite a lot of defense. I actually want to see how much. Minus 93. It actually cannot hit him. A minus 93 to hit means that the maximum that he can get on a hit is a 7, and a 15 is a miss. So this Forest Lurker is incapable of physically striking Adair at this point, as long as Adair has both cooldowns active, and is very unlikely to hit him without the cooldowns active. But that's pretty cool. That's actually really awesome. Let's see what we do here. Okay, let's pop this, and this, and try it back in. So let's see if we can interrupt this. Probably not. There's actually more of these than I would have hoped for. Oh, Jesus. What did they hit her with? Oh, that thing was casting on her. It wasn't casting on him. Okay, so those things are going to start blasting the lowest HP character as soon as they can. So I'm going to need to swap up the strategy for these guys. Okay, so first things first, let's go pull with the pup. So we can get the shambling horror thing reasonably easily. So let's go ahead and buff him up. So I do need to have both active at the same time in order for me to be completely invulnerable to harm. But complete invulnerability to their attacks is pretty dang impressive, to be sure. So let's see.
Sure.
The next thing on our list is...
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for
3 of these. So we have 3 of each total. So I might be able to pull her solo. It looks like I can. Because the other ones aren't here. Ouch.
Of course.
And I don't know who she's casting it. Oh, Jesus, she's casting on her. That's bad. I'm gonna try and stun her.
ready, Watcher.
Oh, right. I have someone in melee range who can use it on her. And unfortunately, it didn't succeed with it? Oh, I didn't actually get it on at all. So the horn went off, but that's okay.
Let's go. I have them.
She's a spellcaster and she's used her most powerful ability, so just kill her. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to have other people substantially further away, just to make sure that that doesn't happen again. We do want them using that on a dare or the dog, but it looks like they're using it on the dog. And that's fine.
Of course.
So,
Leave it to
let's go ahead and pop all these defenses up. Okay, so Grieving Mother has leveled up.
Eh?
Oh, and she's still taking damage. I thought that. Oh shit. This is a spreading plague, so let's get.
Get a good shot with this.
Okay, so it looks like we have dealt with that. The spreading plague has been nullified. So let's go to the Grieving Mother. Have her level up. She looks really young. Holy crap. That's interesting. So she has a lot of points in stealth. I'm going to give her some points in athletics. So, ooh, Ringleader, what does this do? Foe target is dominated. Foe AoE charmed. Interesting. Imprints an insidious and powerful compulsion to obey the cipher across all enemies in the area of effect, dominating the target and charming all others. That's really good. So, Borrowed Instinct. Ransacks an enemy's intellect and perception for energy, causing damage to the enemy's attributes while boosting the cipher's defenses and accuracy. It's not bad. It's not great. Detonate. Splinters the target's soul with sheer force, inflicting raw damage to them. Targets with low endurance explode, causing crush damage to all in the area of effect. Interesting. What is the threshold? So it looks like this. There's no way it does 10,300 raw damage to everyone in 2 meters. That's not what it does. But that's pretty cool. Oh, this is cool. So plus 20 accuracy when attacking the same enemy as the target. That's kind of cool, not bad. So body attunement. So damage reduction, stolen. OP. Pain Link. Allied target. 25% of all damage reapplied to nearby enemies over 18 seconds. That's kind of cool. But we don't really take much damage, so... Boy, we frighten for 15 seconds, sicken for 15 seconds. Amplified thrust. So this targets an ally and then bounces it off of that ally to an enemy and knocks them back. So presumably what this does... Oh, I get 2 spells this level? That's kind of cool. I don't see any really good stuff in the low-level stuff. I'm gonna get the Ringleader. That seems really good. This seems really interesting. This gives plus 20 accuracy, ranged accuracy, deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will for 15 seconds. It's pretty cool, actually. I think I'm gonna get Ringleader and Borrowed Instinct. Borrowed Instinct looks like it might be useful. It's unlikely that I'll use it, but it seems more likely than I'll use most of the other stuff. Right now I do like the just doing pure damage and stunning for 25 focus. But charming the entire group is pretty dang good. And she seems to have a maximum of 55 focus now, which is interesting. That means that she can cast that Dominate in addition to something else now. That's good. So let's see if we can get just this one. This thing doesn't want to aggro. Okay, I think this thing might be alone.
Sure.
I'm gonna send a day in there. And let's hope.
Sure.
So let's pop this. Let's pop this. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and use Silent Scream.
Sure.
And let's... I'm gonna steal its defenses, why not? Oh shit. I think decreasing its perception... They both knock each other over. Oh, never mind.
I'm stuck over
She
here.
failed to knock her over. Okay. It is dead. We can loot it. And get everybody back. I think I've only killed one of these things, so we need to kill the other one as well. Or the other two, rather, as well. Let's see. Oh, good. These things are going to split. These things split.
Varanthus!
Okay, I'm going to set it as a water blight. So she is prone. I'm going to have him pop his defenses. I'm going to have him pop over here as well. Because he's very close to being able to just paralyze both. There we go. We're toasted. Now there's just the one left. I am going to go ahead and send a dare in first.
Eh?
No, I'm not. I'm going to send the dog in first. Just going to try and lure out as many spells as possible with the pup. Okay. not sure what this is going to do. She needed to be in melee range to start the cast. Oh, that was just the summon.
All right then.
Just bring everyone down here.
Oh.
Of course. Might need some help.
Oh, whoops. What hit him? Oh, yeah, that's not good. So he just got infested.
Of course. Leave it to me.
Infested with maggots! Worst kind of infestation. Keep maggots. Just- Oh, God. She really... Oh, no, that's bad. Okay, so we need to knock this thing over. So try to knock it over. Let's try to knock it. No, that's the wrong person. This one. And we are going to try to paralyze as well. Okay, it's paralyzed for a very long time. It's not getting that spell off, and it's okay, so we finished this off. We have a corpse here with +2 athletics, +15 max endurance. These boots bear the rising sun of Aethys, and they were first worn by the foot soldier in St. Waidwin's army, daughter of poor Vorless farmers. She was sickly and frail all her life, yet such was her devotion to Aethys that when the Raid Saren army marched on the Deerwood, she set off to join them against her family's warnings, traveling all the way to the White March on her own. When she finally arrived at the army's camp, it said that St. Waidwin himself came out to greet the young woman, blessing her courage and her endurance. Her boots were branded with the emblem of the army, and she continued across the mountains with the troops. She disappeared, however, after the detonation of the Godhammer. Historians and folklorists disagree on whether she died in the explosion, remained in the Deerwood, or met another fate on her way back to Raid Saris, but her boots somehow remained behind. Aethys' faithful often maintained that she ascended with the god himself at the end of the war, leaving only the shoes that had served her so faithfully. Okay. Ascended with the god. Yes, because he didn't get killed, he just ascended back up. That's what he intended all along. So let's see. It's kind of tempting to go back to my place and rest. Cleobon Relog seems like it's going to be kind of dangerous to go to. But at the same time, I think going all the way back to Cadenula is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So let's instead go to Deerford, because we have to tell this guy what happened to his pigs. Because clearly that's an incredibly important thing to do. It feels like you could kind of game the system a bit by
Sure.
just kicking people out of the party when you're going to turn in quests to get the experience for them, and then just bringing them back. You consume a lot of time, but no, I don't have passport. Hey, he has pigs. Never underestimate a man's love for his pigs. Is this what you were looking for? Blazes, that thing's even uglier than I thought, and look at the size of it. We've got big plans for this, you wait right here. I call it the Lead Spitter. It belonged to my father and served in the Saints' War. It's old but sturdy and it packs a real punch. Should be more useful to someone like yourself these days. Oh, and 600 coppers for your trouble. We don't have the greatest reputation here in this city because of the fact that we dealt with that cult around here. I think that getting in good with these people is going to be kind of important. I'm going to go with number 2. So, it's mighty thoughtful of you. It'll be another 6 months before any of these can breed anyway. Although, this run's still looking... something? Looking tea? Don't expect to get any good litters out of it. I'd just as soon not have it weaken the rest. Why don't you take it? Gives me one less mouth to feed anyway. So, I got a piglet that I can have follow me around. This young pig is roughly the size of a small dog. It half trots, half runs at your side in an effort to keep pace, and snorts appreciatively when its flanks are scratched. So,
Yeah.
yet another pet we've added to our list. And yeah, we gained a boatload of experience here. But I don't know, like, if I just dropped everyone from the party,
Yeah.
would that give me more experience? I don't even know. Let's see, Draconic Inn. Oh, and the apothecary. So we have more than one quest that we need to turn in here. Also have to head over to the apothecary, and I think that we can take a rest at the end. Dina. Sup, Dina? We have an egg for you.
Hello.
Anything else I can do for you? I've got an egg for you. Hylia's feathered tits! I knew you could help. How'd you manage it? I found the nest. Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her then. Amazing, not a single crack. Here, take this. Everything you need to brew a good strong pick-me-up. Should come in handy with the kind of scrapes you seem to get into. You can come see me anytime you need potions or ingredients, alright? I got a special price for friends. So, we gained a little bit of experience, and we gained some copper, and... Ogre Blood, River Reed, and Emerald.
Yeah.
Cool. So we didn't get a huge amount of experience for that, but that's okay. Let's go to somewhere, I guess. See Dreams in Memory.
Eh?
I think that I'm gonna go take a nap. And we're gonna do it at the end right over here. No reason not to. I think that trying to proceed into the next area with 84 hit points on our tank is just a unreasonable thing to do. And I do think that going all the way back to our own place is going to be unreasonable as well. So, let's see, what is
Yeah.
her mechanics right now? Mechanics is 8.
How do you do?
Let's see. Let's see what moves they have. So +1 might and +2 constitution. 2 might, 2 constitution, and 2 intellect. That seems like what I should be going for. First I'm going to go to the store. Let's go to the stash of ours. Sell all this crap. It's kind of amazing the amount of gear that we've got in. Not really worth a lot. Like, we're selling all this normal gear and we're only making like 1,000, 1,500. But it does add up. Slowly over time. And we have a bunch of fine gear that we could sell too. The fine gear is probably worth a heck of a lot more. I'm just kind of amazed at how much money you can make selling all of this normal equipment. Okay, so I was clearly wrong about how much money I was going to make here. I was expecting to make about 1,500, but it turns out that I just have swarms of weaponry here. Yikes. Okay, so... there we go. Okay, so that's the weapons, and we don't have much in the way of armor to sell, but okay. There's a bunch of pull discards. I don't think we need all those. Should have a full group of 6 of them just in case. The armor's worth a heck of a lot more. Duke's own beetloaf. Or beef loaf, rather. Cool. Let's go to the Dragon's Lair. 2 might, 2 constitution, and 2 intellect. Okay, so let's actually take a look at our reputation here. Gilded Veil is overwhelmingly good. Hero, moderately good for here. So we're not capped out here by any means. Not sure how we're going to manage to cap out our rep here. But we definitely want to get our reputation as high as possible with as many groups as possible, because the more groups we get our reputation up with, the more easy it'll be to secure absolute authority over the region when the time comes. And the time will come. It might not come during the duration of this game, but it will come. We only have 6 minutes left, unfortunately. So I'm actually going to take a look and do some inventory stuff because we only have a few minutes left. She has some plate armor that she's wearing. I'm not sure if I want to wear plate armor, to be honest. Let's take a look at the other options. Plate armor gives her 12 DR. What are her boots? Increased damage to flanked targets, which is really important. Let's take a look at this. Minus 35 recovery speed. This grants second chance, but second chance isn't useful for her. So this has a total damage reduction of 12 for the default damage types. This is 9, so this would be minus 3. have just minus what, 17 to the recovery penalty for armor. This is recovery speed of minus 25%. And honestly, I think I'm going to equip this on her for now. Yeah, this reduces the duration and crowd control effects. And it's not amazing, and the damage reduction is not stellar to begin with. But the key here is that with this equipped, she will basically have no recovery penalty. She'll have a recovery penalty of like 8%, which is extraordinarily tiny. I just think that's going to be useful. I think that recovery penalty does influence the your attack speed, so good for that. For him, give him Constitution boots. Seems like a good idea. Yeah, so +1 Constitution rather is reasonable for him to have. The helm gives athletics and dexterity. This gives resolve and perception. So this is burn fruit. Predatory. Yeah, that's not terribly interesting. Oh, he actually won't get any benefit from this, so let's not give this to him. Let's give this to her instead. I guess I could try to improve some of this stuff. Actually, what can I do for enchantment? I could actually give it proofing, which is kind of cool. I could give her 2+2 might, in addition to all the other effects that this has. +2 might will increase the damage output of all of her attacks. What does dexterity do? Let's take a look. Dex, action speed, and plus reflex. So this is damage and healing. Oh, none of them influence accuracy, let's say. Oh, +1 perception and resolve are both suppressed. She has the Cyril's ring for resolve. You know what? We'll give this to him. Do we have some sort of decast ring for her? Let's take a look at his hat. He doesn't have one. He has a ring of reflection and that thing. So look at this. This is exceptional. You can only improve the stuff there. Could improve that, but there's not really much reason to. So I didn't wearing a hat. She cannot wear helms. It's like that. Did I just not equip it? Correct. So, +2 athletics, +1 dexterity. I think I'm going to give her this. I'm going to give him this. This will give him +1 to his deflection. So he's now got 117 deflection. And let's see what else we can do here. Sure, I don't like the idea of him having only the +1 to all that stuff. But at the same time, I can't give him... I think we're going to give him this. So, we're going to give him this, which is +10 instead of +5 to everything. We're going to give her this, because +5 to everything is plenty for her. And we are, in fact, going to just give her the Ring of Resolve again. Now, he is almost completely naked for reasons that are unknown to me. Let's give him +5 to his defenses. We can give him this, which will... It won't actually give him anything. So, Pierce Brute. So he has this, which has basically no reason for existence. It's actually just as slowing as plate armor, but doesn't have any advantages over it. Let's go ahead and make this. Everybody has neck, don't I think? Just not her. Give her +10 to her will. And +5 deflection should go to somebody. Does she have anything +5 deflection? Doesn't look like it. This gives her a lot of will, actually, so let's keep that on her. And we will give the deflection one to her, I guess. Just finally getting around to doing some of the equipment management that I probably should have done a while ago. So this is a fine pike. It doesn't have a slaying or secondary damage. But that's okay. And this gives +1 intellect. I don't think any of her effects are based on intellect. Actually, let's go ahead with it. Increases the area of effect of certain things. So she has a cape around her neck, which is not useful. Sunbeam, huh? Sunbeam does. So I'll give her that, and then she's got +5 defenses, and she's in good shape. What else are we going to do? Drop this down here. We don't need that, she works that. And we need this club or this saber. This saber. And this bow. And this bow. Or this sword. Or this one for that matter. Just dump all this crap for good measure. So we do need to have this hatchet, and we can go ahead and equip that on her, I guess. This was secondary. Nothing set here. Now we have these axes here, so what we can do with these is we can add different slaying enchantments to them, but I'm not going to bother with that yet. I'm not really going to bother with having a full set of slaying weapons until I have a good reason to need them. So let's see, we can just toss this in stash, because we're obviously never going to get a gun. Toss this in stash. Toss this in stash as well. We have 2 guns here, which we toss here. Toss all of the traps, because why would we need traps? And things are starting to look a little bit more coherent in our inventory. We have some random crap that we need to drop. for our stash. We have a pry bar that we want to keep. And I'm going to just stack all of my pets. We have a cloak of protection. Ooh, this is actually good to know about. Oh, this is only low range, so it doesn't make much difference. So this is exceptional light armor. And it's tempting to put it on Eldre instead, but I won't. That'll be fine. So we've got the prybar, fine dagger, battle axe. So we've got all these axes that we can enchant with various effects. If we ever have need to. Okay, I think that we are pretty much done here. I don't think that we need to do too much else. Skip over this actually. Don't think that we need a rapier. And, this great sword will just go into his inventory, just in case I decide to use it. And this is very possibly an upgrade over what she's got. Oh, this coordinating thing is amazing. 25% increased damage when attacking the same target as an ally. That's actually really, really insane. This Ravenwing thing is really good. Wow. Okay. Is it a hatchet? Why does she have a hatchet? She's up there. Let's give her this instead. So she has a fine hatchet, which should be in her inventory. We have a fine spear. I don't think we're going to use that. And we're going to keep this plate armor around. So there we go. We have cleared out our inventory, and we can now move toward the next storyline place. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you again next time.